Today we will start chapter number 30, induction and inductance. Basically, in this chapter, we will study some basic things about the induction, and then we'll, the biggest idea in this chapter is about the Faraday's law. You must know about this famous law of Michael Faraday, known as the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So what was his discovery? Why it is so important? You must know that Faraday, Michael Faraday is considered to be the inventor of electricity, the electricity which we are using today. So we may say that he is the founder of the he is the inventor of the electricity which are we using these days. So he is considered to be one of the uh, most famous and one of the biggest scientists in the history who invented so many things. This is one of his work. He also worked in field of chemistry, battery cells, and other fields. And it has this a huge range of applications. But it's in order to understand and apply further, we will start from his basic experiment. What was his basic experiment? He, mainly regarding this induced induction, there is a two basic experiments. What is induction basically? You people must have some idea about the induction. Basically, in magnetism, in magnetic field, or in charge regarding Coulomb's law, we have studied very important thing. There was a statement, I think, in the chapter number 21 and 22, which is where we started from the about the study about the electric charges. Action at a distance. Apparently, there is nothing is present between two objects, between two charges. But one charge either attracts the other or either repel the other charge. How it happened? Similarly, in case of magnets, whenever two same poles of two magnets, north or south, come close to each other, they repel each other. And apparently there is nothing is present between them. But how they apply force on each other, why they are repelled by each other. And when the opposite poles of the magnet come close to each other, they try to attract, they attract each other. How it happened? Why is this so? So this is very important question. So Michael Faraday tried to answer these things. But rather, instead of answering these things, he focused more on the impact of these actions at a distance. We may say that there is a something happened whenever two magnets or magnetic fields or fields come close to each other. So this experiment basically related to not only magnetic fields rather than also current produces the relation between electric field and magnetic field. So very deep analysis can be performed by from the Faraday's discovery. The highlighted portion shows the statement shows that a current appears only if there is a relative motion between the loop and the.
आपकी आवाज कट के आ रही है थोड़ा माइक
हेलो, आवाज क्लियर नहीं है?
यस सर, आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही सर, क्लियर नहीं है सर।
ओके ओके, मैं ट्राई करता हूँ पर्दे से क्लियरिफाई करने की। अगर आप लोगों के काइंडली माइक ऑन है तो प्लीज प्लीज स्विच ऑफ योर माइक, ऑडियो माइक। हाँ जी, कैन यू लिसन मी नाउ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
यस सर।
Okay, so is it clear now? It's, how about my voice quality?
यस
Now
सर।
it is clear.
Is there something improved?
यस सर।
Okay, I will try to
Yes, sir. Better है.
I will try to make it more clear, but please keep your mic on silent mode. So whenever I will ask to unmute you people, then you may open your mic. So please, that also produce some noise and interruption in the voice. So a current appears only if there is a relative motion between the loop and the magnet. So one thing is clear, as you can see in the figure on the right side of the screen, there is a single loop of wire connected to the ammeter without any battery, and you try to come close with the magnet bar in your hand. So whenever you will come close to this loop, you will see some deflection in the ammeter. And similar thing will happen whenever you take this magnet away from this wire. So then again, there will be some deflection in the wire. But whenever you are steady here, you don't move the magnet. So there is no deflection in the ammeter. So one thing is clear, whenever there is a change in the uh, change in the motion of the magnet, so there is some deflection. So faster you come closer to the this wire, it will show you the better deflection, greater current. So not only the presence of the magnetic field, rather changing in the magnetic field is important. So basically when you come close to the wire loop with this magnet, what happened here, it changes the magnetic flux. As we have studied earlier in earlier chapters, how magnetic fields is changing. So because this from the north pole or south pole, magnetic field is more stronger near the poles, and magnetic field lines are close to each other near the pole. These are widely spread as we move away from the pole. So as we as this bar magnet is come close to this loop, number of field lines, density of the magnetic flux lines increases. It become more stronger. As a result, there is a change in flux through this coil, which is one of the reasons to produce the current in the loop. So this type of current is known as the induced current, which is not present permanently naturally, rather it is induced in the wire by some action of the magnetic field. So in the second experiment, as shown in this figure, there is no bar magnet present. Rather, we, we place another coil, a single loop wire, near the another loop wire. What happened here? We connected a simple circuit, not so many things here, rather only one battery and a switch. So when we close the switch, current increases from 0 to some maximum level, or when we open the switch, there is again drop in the current from maximum value to lower value. In both cases, we observe some deflection in the ammeter of the other coil. So it means whenever current is passing through the wire, it produces the magnetic field, and that magnetic field induces the current in the other coil. So it means not only changing magnetic field or through permanent magnet is the reason of the production of the induced current. Rather, we can take the help of the current in order to produce the current in the other coil. So an induced EMF is produced by the change in the flux. So important thing is not only the observation, rather its mathematical form is more important, and which will be used further. The actual number of field lines passing through the loop doesn't matter. Look at this statement, please, here again. The actual number of field lines passing through the loop does not matter. The value of the induced EMF and induced currents are determined by the rate at which that number changes. I hope you will understand this statement. As I told you earlier, if a bar magnet is in stationary state, doesn't matter how close it is. If it is strong, if it is close, it will strong magnetic flux will pass through this loop of wire. But it will not produce any current in the ammeter. When it will produce the current, when it is either moving towards the loop, or it is moving away from the loop. So this is the basic concept behind this phenomena. So it means changing in the flux is changing in the number of field lines is important to produce the induced current or induced EMF. So when the current in the right hand, it's the same statement we can say about the second experiment. So when the current in the right hand loop reaches a final steady value, the number of field lines through the left hand loop no longer changes, and the induced current and induced EMF disappear. It does when it will be steady. Doesn't matter how strong is the current in the right hand loop. It will not induce anything in the second coil until or unless it is changing from some maximum value to lower value, or from lower value to maximum value. So remember one thing, change in the flux, change in the field is important for the production of the electricity for the production of the induced current. So how we make its quantitative measurement? As I told you earlier, magnetic flux is all important thing. So change in flux. So first of all, we must know how much flux is passing through the loop. How much flux is passing through this loop of single loop of wire, single wire, loop of single wire. So we now, just like an electric field, magnetic flux is defined as the B dot dA, means how much magnetic field, because magnetic field is directly proportional to the magnetic flux or magnetic lines of forces. As many lines of forces are passing through some area, we will say there is a strong magnetic flux through that area. So so that is why we place here magnetic field value instead of the number of field lines, because number of field lines represent the magnetic field. Stronger the magnetic field, it means more number of field lines are passing through certain area. So this is directly related to this thing. So B dot dA means number of field lines passing through certain area. Here equation is given for the electric field exactly similar to the magnetic field. And there is a same resemblance shape in the both the equation for electric flux and for the magnetic flux. That is given in the chapter number 23.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
जी जी
ये इंटीग्रेशन का साइन की यूज किया है.
ओके मैं बताता हूँ. आप प्लीज क्लोज योर माइक. So integration was basically is to show we as if you remember, we start from the very small area, right, and then we take the summation of over the whole surface or over the whole area. So that is why here integration is being used, because we take such a small area where the magnetic field is uniform, electric field or electric field is uniform. So then we take the integration in order to sum up the magnetic field through the whole area. We have to take the summation of all. So that is why integration is being used here, right? So dA means differential area. Differential area means such a small area where it is not exactly zero but approaches to zero and uniformity. So whenever we take the dot product of electric flux E dot dA or E dot dA, so it will provide the flux through the small area. But it, because shape may not be uniform or may be uniform, so that is why we have to take the consider the first differential area and then we take the summation of all. So I hope you will be satisfied and you will understand my briefing. So this is basic definition of the flux, BA. Its unit is Weber, 1 Tesla meter square. Right. So magnitude of the induced EMF in a conducting loop is equal to the rate at which the magnetic flux through the loop changes with time. Right? It means change in magnetic flux is not important only, rather but rate in which change flux is considerable also. Rate in change flux is also very important. So we will relate the induced EMF with the rate in change in flux, not only the magnitude of the flux. So rate in change in flux, how quickly you are changing the magnetic flux. This is very important. How quickly, how fastly you are changing the magnetic flux, it matters. And then minus sign, its minus sign has very significance in this equation. What does it mean now? What is meant by this negative sign? we'll discuss shortly here in this class. So this equation is for single loop. But if you keep on increasing the loop here, same rule, similar rule will apply on them. If you increase if there are 2 wires, it will induce more current. If there are 3, to keep on increasing the number of loops. So we instead we there's simple n here, number of turns. To change the magnitude of here are some results from this equation. Change the magnitude B of the magnetic field within the coil. Change either the total area of the coil or the portion of that area that lies within the magnetic field. From this equation,
फिल्म से
जी जी
माइनस साइन समझ में आया क्यों है यहाँ पर
सॉरी
साइन की रीजन समझ नहीं आई यहाँ पर
हाँ मैं बताता हूँ मैंने कहा कि मैं डिस्कस करता हूँ अभी माइनस साइन इसकी सिग्निफिकेंस ठीक है हाँ प्लीज कीप वेट सो according to this equation how flux is changes either change the magnetic field either change the area of the loop change the magnitude of B or change the total area of the coil or the portion of that area or change the angle between the direction of the magnetic field. So all these things produces the induced EMF. Either you change the magnetic field, either you change the area in the coil, area of the coil, or even you change the angle, then it will again change because it will change the area, so it will induce the magnetic field. So you must understand the checkpoint 1. Okay, discuss with each other and try to find the answer of this checkpoint. It will further clarify your concept about the magnetic field.
Sir, but we can't understand why we are using a minus sign with it.
Okay, let's wait. So why why minus sign is here with the equation?
Yes, sir, we are asking this.
Yes, exactly. Minus sign means here it opposes the change. Come back with this equation with this figure. Sorry, figure number 30.1. So whenever there is a current in the coil, this coil, highlighted coil, it will increase its magnitude either from 0 to some point maximum value, maybe for very short period of time. Because north pole is approaching towards this coil. So in which direction it will induce the current? Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Okay. So changing in the current in the coil will it itself induce the magnetic field within that coil. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So this field, this change in
Sir,
the.
can you please explain for one time? Sir, please, sir, explain it once more.
Okay, I repeat. So when we bring close this north pole toward this coil, what happened? Current induced in this coil, which shown by this ammeter, sensitive ammeter. So this induced current, because it also changes its magnitude from 0 to some higher value. So during this change, it also produces the magnetic field, right? That magnetic field will also have polarities, will have north and south poles. So if there is a north pole is approaching towards this coil, current induced this current induced in the coil will also produce the magnetic field in such a way that it will also produce magnetic field, and its pole will be such that it will oppose, north pole will also produce in the same direction. So it will
Excuse me,
not,
sir.
जी,
सर आपके कहने का मतलब है कि सॉरी जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस हो रही है करंट इंड्यूस होने की वजह से इस रिंग की वजह से वो अपोज करेगी.
exactly. So
राइट सर.
that current that produces the magnetic field in the direction of this north pole. So whenever you take this north pole away from this coil, it will induce the, now its direction will be reversed. The direction of the current will be reversed. So as direction current reverse, so hence its polarity will also be reversed. Now, if the north pole is towards right or rear, then now so it will produce the south pole, and again it will try to attract this north pole towards itself. So that is why here minus sign is introduced, not only by, not basically by the Michael Faraday, rather it is all introduced by the Heinrich Lenz, scientist, German scientist, who later introduced this work on Michael Faraday's concept and introduced the minus sign. So this it has also it's on significant, and it is now balance the law of conservation of energy apply on this law as well. So you must solve this problem, induced EMF in coil due to solenoid. So I will just explain this diagram here because time is short now, and I have already some warning about 3.5 minutes remaining. So there is a coil which is larger area, and current is passing through this I. Its magnitude is given in the statement. Current 1.5 ampere is passing through this coil of diameter to 3.2 centimeter. Its number of turns per centimeter is also given here. This is basically showing that current, these are the loops. And in the center of this coil, we placed another coil, solenoid placed another another coil, which does not have any connection with the battery, don't have anything else, just a coil is placed at the center. So purpose is our to study this effect, or our clarify further our concept about the Faraday's law. So whenever there we will switch off or switch on the current in this coil, larger solenoid of larger diameter 3.2 centimeter. So what will happen to the central coil, which is placed at the center of the this larger solenoid? So we just have to apply this equation. So first we study the current B A mu naught I N A, simple equation, and then we find the flux. Then change rate and change in flux. What basically will happen, because area is given, time is also given, how much time it will changes. So you can simplify the can find the induced EMF. So this is Lenz's law, which I have already told you its explanation. What will happen here? So this diagram will further clarify the concept about the Lenz's law. We also solve the checkpoint number 2 and discuss the diagram here to describe the Lenz's law. So you must also solve the sample problem on page number 796. Note down please, page number 796 problem. You must solve, otherwise we will discuss it in the next class. Let me know if you have any problem. You may send the message in the group, WhatsApp group. So next time, we will study induced electric current. Energy transfer is
Sir,
not
do
a,
we have to skip the topics in between?
sorry,
Sir, do we have to skip the topics in between?
sorry, I cannot understand.
सर जो बीच में टॉपिक है हमने उनको क्या स्किप करना है?
Yes, yes, we will skip the topic. So this induced electric field